What if I told you that if you were over 40, that your chance of getting pregnant naturally was less than 10% and that you needed to do IVF? Well, that may be true, but it doesn't have to be. I want to give you the tools and information to be able to advocate for yourself so that you can make the most informed decision and best decision for yourself. What if I told you that many couples were rushed into IVF even if there were other options available to them? I want you to stay with me till the end of the video because I'm going to tell you how you can be more fertile in the next 3 months than you were 10 years ago. That's right, you heard me right. But stay with me till the end of this video so I can teach you all about it. Hi, I'm Dr. Marc Sklar, also known as the Fertility Expert, and welcome to Fertility TV, your YouTube channel dedicated to helping you get pregnant. I've been working with couples for the last 18 years, helping all of you get pregnant with my online fertility programs. And if you're lucky enough to be right here in sunny San Diego, then you can visit me in one of my clinics as well. If you'd like to have me as your fertility coach, then I'm going to tell you how to apply to qualify to join one of my fertility programs at the end of this video. You would never believe how many of the women that I work with were told that they needed IVF, even potentially donor egg, before I started working with them, and they were able to get pregnant naturally. And I believe the same thing for all of you. Actually, do me a favor. Comment below. Leave a comment and let me know if you've been told the same thing. Have you been told that you need donor egg or something else to get pregnant? That you need some advanced treatment so that you can have the child of your dreams? Leave a comment and let me know. Okay, so let's get into some of this information. How can you be more fertile in 3 months' time than you were 10 years ago? I believe that that is possible for you. However, we have to understand some things first and foremost. Fertility naturally decreases as we age. As time goes on, we're going to be less fertile. We're more fertile in our late teens and early 20s than we are in our late 30s and early 40s. That's just the way our bodies work and how physiology gets the better of us as we age. But we do know that there are things that we can do about it, right? That you don't have to take that for granted and just say, well, this is just the way life is. As I age, I'm going to be less fertile, so there's nothing I can do about it. I don't necessarily think that that is true, and here is why. You are smarter today than you were when you were 20. You have the wherewithal today more than you did back then. You have the commitment, you have the willpower, you have the desire, you have the partner now more so than you did back then. You have all of these things going for you today that you didn't have going for you before. When you were in your 20s, you didn't care necessarily about having a child the way you do today. Maybe you didn't have the right partner. Maybe you didn't have the financial resources. Maybe you didn't have the commitment, willpower, knowledge, understanding that there were things you can do to make changes. But you do now. And this is working for you if you let it. So one of the biggest points that I want to make to all of you is that you know your body today better than you did before. You're tracking your menstrual cycle. You know when you bleed and what the quality is and what it should be. Most of us weren't even taught those things before. You had to educate yourself on that. So you're smarter. You understand your body now better. You know that your cycle needs to be a certain length. You know when you're ovulating because you're tracking it. You know what the quality of your menstrual bleed is now. And if those things are off, you now know that they're off so you can start to make changes. You're also more committed to yourself and your health and your fertility today than you were back then. So that is working for you. You're also more aware of your overall health and body. You know that things need to be a certain way. You know that you want to feel a certain way. And hopefully you have felt amazing at one point in your life, and now if you don't feel that way, you're down, let's say by 50%, you know what you're striving towards, you know what you want to reach towards, and you know what's possible. And those things all work for you if you let them. 10 years ago, may have been eating all the wrong things because you didn't care or you didn't know any better. Most of the time, we make decisions because we don't have the knowledge. We don't know that there's a better option or there's a better way of doing things, so we just do things the way we think they should be done. And diet is no different. If you didn't know that eating all these carbs was bad for you and eating all this sugar was bad for you, and no one taught you that it really mattered in the long run, not only for your health but your fertility, you didn't make the right choices back then. But now you've educated yourself. You've watched a lot of my videos, you've read some books, you know that there are better choices that can be made and should be made for your overall health, and in this case specifically your diet. So instead of eating all that fast food, all the processed foods, all the bad quality foods, you are making better choices now than you did back then. And if you're not doing those things already, you start today. Now is the time to clean these things up. If you haven't watched a bunch of my videos on nutrition and health and you want more information on those, then I'm going to put a couple right here for you so that you can check them out and better educate yourself on those so that you can make better choices in the future when it comes to your diet. But I think we can all come to the same conclusion that less sugar, less processed foods, more whole foods, more cooking at home, better quality foods are going to affect your health in a positive way and your fertility in a positive way. We also know, aside from eating the right things, I've mentioned it once, is the quality of the food. It's not just about eating the right things, it's about eating the right quality of food. So all of these things, you can make better choices. And now if you commit today to making better choices in your diet and in the food that you feed your body, 3 months from now, I promise you, you're going to feel better and be healthier than you were 10 years ago. I see it over and over with the women that I work with. They commit to the process, they make changes, and instantly, within weeks, they're telling me how wonderful they feel and how they never knew they could feel this way. You can do the same thing if you start today. 10 years ago, in your 20s, in your early 20s, you were going out and partying, you were drinking, you were smoking, you were having fun with your friends because what was important to you was being social, having fun with your friends, and enjoying life. And I'm not criticizing you for that. We've all been there. But you can make better choices now. You know now, today, that you shouldn't be drinking as much, that you shouldn't be smoking, that you shouldn't be out partying late at night, that you should be getting better sleep, drinking more fluids and good quality water. These are all things you already know. And if you haven't already been making those changes, you can start to make those changes now moving forward. This is a perfect time to clean things up. It's the beginning of the year. Often I have many of you telling me, well, I'm going to make January a dry January. You know what that means? It means I'm not going to drink a lot of alcohol. I'm not going to drink any alcohol. I'm going to make it a dry January. And I promise you, if you do that and hydrate yourself properly, get rid of the partying, we're done with that. We're going to leave that in 2020. We're going to make 2021 about taking care of ourselves, about getting better sleep, not drinking, not going out partying, then in 3 months' time, you for sure will not only feel better, but you will have better reproductive function. And that's exactly what I want for you. So if you haven't already started to commit to that process, that can start for you as well today. So that in 3 months' time, and for sure in 6 months' time, you can have better quality eggs and have better reproductive function today than you did when you were out partying in your 20s. We also can have a better exercise habit and regimen today than we did 10 years ago. 10 years ago, maybe we're overdoing it, right? Like we thought that we should do all this hardcore strength training. Or maybe 10 years ago, you weren't doing anything. Maybe you were partying so much that you spent all your days on the couch and you weren't out exercising at all. You now know that you need to be exercising. You also now know and are better educated to know that you need the right type of exercise, not to overdo it. And so you can do that now. You could commit to exercising every day, going out for 30 to 60 minutes every day for a good, nice walk at the very least. And if you do that today, in 3 months' time, you're gonna feel healthier. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna increase your circulation throughout your body and to your reproductive organs. And if you're doing that now and you didn't do that 10 years ago, you're certainly gonna be healthier in 3 months' time than you were 10 years ago. The other thing that you might be able to do today that you weren't able to do 10 years ago is invest in yourself, your health, and your fertility. 10 years ago, maybe you didn't have the financial means to spend the money on the right quality food or do the right exercise so you can join the gym or buy the good quality supplements, to spend the money on finding out why you're not getting pregnant, so to do the right testing, or to invest in your fertility by hiring a fertility coach. Maybe you didn't have that ability 10 years ago and you do today. And if you invest in yourself in the right way, to create the right plan for yourself, get the right guidance and support that you need today, then yes, in 3 months' time, you absolutely will be in a better place and hopefully be more fertile than you were 10 years ago. And that for sure is possible for you today as well. So your health and your fertility doesn't have to be worse as you age. If you don't want it to, if you commit to yourself, if you invest in yourself and in your fertility, and most of all, in your health, by getting the right support and the right plan and the right guidance so that you can be healthier in 3 months' time than you were 10 years ago. It is possible if you want to, and if you commit to the process, and if you really give your all to doing all the right things now. And this is a perfect time to start to make those changes and recommit to yourself in fertility, because it's the beginning of the year. And this is when we start to make those reinvestments in ourselves. So take the time now to reinvest in yourself and in your fertility so that you can start to make a better reproductive health for yourself, a better fertility journey for yourself in 3 months' time than certainly you were 10 years ago. And that is possible for you. So these tips about reevaluating your life, your health, your process on your fertility journey so that you can have a healthier reproductive function in 3 months' time than you did 10 years ago. This is how it starts. If you think that you can do that now, then I want you to comment below. Let me know. I want to hear from you. And I know you all can do this. So if you like these tips, let me know by liking this video. Give me a thumbs up or put a comment below and let me know that you found these helpful and valuable as well. So you can do this all on your own. But the truth is that you might also need a little bit of help to get you there. If you feel like you've been doing all the right things and you're still not seeing the results that you want, then you might need a fertility coach to get you through the process. We're accepting applications for my fertility program. So if you want me or my team as your fertility coaches to guide you through the process and help you create a personalized plan for your fertility needs, then apply to qualify using the link below in the description to join my program. Okay, don't forget to like this video. Please don't forget to leave a comment, because your comments in the videos help other women and couples who are struggling to get pregnant find this video so they can get the support that they need as well. And if you're not already a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you need to be, so hit that bell so that you can get notified when I put out a new video for all of you. And if you want more videos that I've created to help you get pregnant, then you can check them out all right over here. Until the next video, stay fertile.